just a quick question. What age do they stop reflecting?
They never stop reflecting.
Oh,
You are still reflecting your parents' unhealed emotion right now.
okay, so it just goes on forever. And if I clear up my stuff, then my son might live in a tidier environment?
Yeah. When I say it never, yes, that's very true.
Yeah, okay.
The issue for us as adults is once we start realising these truths, we can change from now on. So obviously, as we change, we can stop this process of reflecting our parents' emotions by becoming conscious of our own reflections. But as a child, obviously, it's very difficult for them to consciously do that. But as an adult, we can do that. But the truth is that while I remain unconscious of my own condition, I am continuously reflecting my parents' unhealed emotions. Right? Because you think about it, who created most of my unhealed emotions? My environment, which is mostly my parents. So yes, you will find as an adult, and you have adult children, and some of you are very disappointed in your children's behaviour, which, by the way, is a judgment, which is something you need to look at from a loving perspective. But what we do is we get very disappointed in our adults' children's behaviour, and we don't realise that actually their behaviour is a complete reflection of something that I am still denying inside of myself as a parent. And you can test this over and over again. So it's not like you can just trust me here. You don't have to trust me here. You put this into practice emotionally, and what will happen is you'll notice your adult children's behaviour change when you get to one of these causal emotions. Their behaviour will change. And they won't even know why half the time. Like, they won't even know why, but all of a sudden something's released from them, and it's an oppression from their parent that they're getting released from them. And they don't even know what's happening, and yet all of a sudden they feel like they want to do something different than they've ever done before. And you don't even have to say the words. You don't even have to be in the same vicinity of them. You can be in the other side of the world of them and this occur. It's just a matter of, and if you don't believe me, just experiment with one causal emotion. So if you know, look at one of the behaviours that your children really bother you with. Let's say your son gets drunk the whole weekend. Let's say that's happening to your son. And he just, goes out drinking Friday night, can't remember most of his weekend, rocks up to work Monday morning half stoned, right? And let's say that's happening and that disturbs you. If you go into your own emotions about that and look at what the underlying causal emotions of what you feel about that action, you will find his behaviour will definitely change just by you dealing with something. Now, that doesn't mean they might not heal their own emotion, because they still need to do that, but at least the projection that coming from your unhealed state no longer is hitting them. And they are still the most sensitive person to your unhealed state. They lived with you for how long? Most of the time, 20 years, whatever, right? So they are still the deepest reflection of your own unhealed state. And this is something as parents we need to become very aware of.
Something happened last night with me and my daughter. I've got my 20-year-old daughter staying with me for about 6 weeks before she moves to Brisbane to go to uni.
Yep.
And she's going on 21. And about midnight, she came into my bedroom and said, and just whispered, I'm just going out for a bit, Mom. And was bucketing down, and she was really dressed up, and she said, I'm just going to see my friend Tony. And I kind of looked at her in the dark, and I said, no, you're not. You're all dressed up. You're going out somewhere. Where are you going? She goes, no, it's okay. I'm just going out to see my friend Tony. Immediately, everything was coming up for me because it was dark. It was rainy. She was probably going to go out drinking.
Afraid for her safety.
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
And so she left, and instead of rolling over and going to bed, I got up, and I was pacing the floor. And for about an hour, I started processing all my stuff around her. And for an hour, it was only an hour, and I felt and there's still lots more to do.
Yeah.
Just around everything, around my fears and my concerns and my controls, everything. And I was on the floor for about an hour, and I managed to get up and go to bed.
Yeah.
And in half an hour, she's over the bed again saying, I'm back. I went to this place, and I just didn't want to be there. And
Exactly.
I came home. And so I'm going to bed now. Bye.
And doesn't it make you wonder why she left in the first place then? Because, and a lot of times our children do this just because of our unhealed emotion. They don't even know why they're going to do something. Oftentimes even our adult children go and do something just because of something they feel from us. And then when we release it, they instantly change and stop wanting it. They don't even want to do it anymore. You will find when you experiment with this as a parent, no matter what age, how remarkable it is in terms of your own work, processing work. Yeah.